Hey, this is Jim Vasilopoulos, and today I'd like to talk to you briefly about the dark side of imagination. Imagination, which is very closely linked to our curiosity, is one of the more compelling characteristics we have as human beings. Our imagination allows us to think of going to the moon. Our imagination allows us to dream up new ways of doing business. We often lean on that, and in sales your imagination is a very powerful tool because we want people to imagine a future that is better, that is brighter, that solves the problems we're dealing with today. At the same time, we have to be, as leaders, very conscious of the power of imagination. And imagination becomes a very dark thing in the absence of information because our brains and our characteristics as humans like to make order of things. And in order to make order of things, we create stories and narratives to give things meaning and purpose and order. And in the absence of information, we create order. We use our imaginations to create order. The funny thing about our imaginations is that that imagination never goes to the logical center. It always goes to some crazy, dangerous scenario, bad scenario, or to some crazy good scenario where everything is unicorns and rainbows. So in that regard, be very conscious of making sure we use imagination, the imagination of the people who are following us, carefully, because what we don't want to do is provide so little information that people invoke their own imagination, because they will probably not go to where you want them in the middle. They'll probably go somewhere that's very extreme on either end. We have to be very careful of that. So in that regard, always be conscious of making sure that we provide enough information as leaders so that people stay at that rational center instead of at the extremes where imagination can be a detriment. Imagination, once again, very powerful tool when we're selling and trying to advance people into thinking a newer, better, brighter future. At the same time, if we aren't conscious of the downside of imagination, it can often lay a trap for us that's hard to recover from. That's all I've got for you today. Thanks.